倩倩. His name is Zhu Meiyi, and his name is Zheng Jiachao, and his name is Zheng Jiahao, and his name is Jia Zhichao. We will introduce about career culture change in international students living Kyung Hee University. Many French students are studying about in many cultures now. I think not only education factor affected French students, about as culture factor affected the same. Therefore, is presentation. I will talk about myself and my friends is that how we change the career culture will be a student in Kyung Hee University. This presentation is divided into six parts. First, the background. They say, as international students, we don't know much about career culture. Everyone in the life of studying about is very easy to get into career culture. However, because of cultural differences, China and Korea, there are many encouragements for international students who need to live in Korea for a long time. Korea fans also have many misunderstandings about us. Differences between China and Korea culture experiences is differences in food, language, and living habits. So how can we solve the problems and inconveniences? This is our research question to talk about persons solutions and make your goals potential. Our research method for your make use are in the presentation. We will use the two words of research, making questionnaire and interview.
Now we are moving to a data state. Data from our research shows in the graph in the presentation, 26% of group answered foreign experience project is very positive, which is blue color, and another 21% of group said it is positive. However, almost half of the respondents said it is so-so. Next group shows any program maps to foreign experience. There were many answers about food and traditional cultural program, but cultural factors such as language and other programs show answers was so low. Next data is direct participation of a program. First graph shows that one of most of respondents had never participated. On the other hand, others says that they had participated once or more. To the graph on the right, most programs they participate were also mainly about food and cultural experience, not the language or other factors to live in foreign countries. Next data is about which Korean cultural experience you want or foreign cultural experience you want to prefer. In the graph, almost of half respondents answered the number of foreign culture experience which is larger than Korean ones. 21% of respondents said they like the Korean one, and 30% answered the number of them is similar. The last one, our data is do you think there should be more Korean culture experience programs for foreigners? It shows us 17% of response was maybe. However, we can know that there is no answer of not increasing the number of programs, so it could mean positive mind of increasing Korean culture experience programs. Now we are moving to the interview. The first question is, what is the difference between Korean culture and Chinese culture? Many respondents said in Japan and Korea, when people welcome each other, they will bow down and deep bow. But in China, we used to shake our hands. The next is, what the biggest influence of Korean culture on you? The most answers are the food culture and the etiquette culture.
First, questionnaire survey found that Chinese students were very interested in foreign cultures, and the number reached 91.3%. Korean food culture and historical culture are receiving more attention. Now we will move on to survey and analysis of Korean cultural experience. International students who have participated in Korean cultural experience accounted for 73.9%. The top three cultures of interest are food, history, and language. Our next survey is a comparison of Korean and foreign cultures. From the data, we can see that foreign cultures have a higher degree of tension because there are many international factors in life in Korea, and there are many students from other countries in Kyung Hee University. So the next question to investigate is a difference between Korean and Chinese cultures. The conclusions obtained through interviews have three parts. There are food culture, social etiquette, and living habit. The final survey question is the impact of Korea culture on international students. The biggest impact is on eating habits and clothing styles. The taste of food is healthier, and the style is more fashionable. Thank you.
So the Chinese students are more open than the other countries. So we not only get to making friends with Korean people, but also get to willing to learn the Korean cultures. But because of the country difference, so we need sometimes to adjust new learning environment. So even though the Chinese students are paying more attention to the Korean cultures, it also causes some irritable cultural misunderstandings, such as posture of greeting each other and some daily habits. Finally, the Korean culture is deeply affecting the Chinese students, such as the food culture, language culture, and traditional historical cultures. And in order to truly feel these diverse cultures, the Chinese students will join a lot of activities to knew this culture carefully. So our results were obtained by the survey questionnaire and the interviews.